Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Question: how would you like to learn a few sneaky tricks that I did before I moved out of a house that did two things? One, didn't cost me money in some instances, and actually earned me some money in another instance. Back in a few seconds. Spring and summertime. 'Tis the season to be moving. Many people are moving right now. And I have to tell you, I want to give a special congratulations to the Living on a Dime to Grow Rich channel, because finally, they found the house of their dreams. And if you have not heard that channel, please check it out. I'm going to shoot down the video below in the description box. The joy of finally getting the house of their dreams. I actually had tears coming down my face when I saw the video, literally. But I'm going to share with you what I did about a while back, what I did when I moved out of a house. I had a bunch of stuff that was no longer needed, perfect condition, but there, like sometimes you get pressed for time. Now, there are a couple of things that I knew would be slow sellers. So here's the trick. I utilized, instead of calling and being tempted to call up one of those junk removal companies that cost you money. And I'm not saying they don't have their rightful place, and heaven help them. I'm sure that they help so many people and they're wonderful. But if you could try to do things to, save a little bit of money here and there, here's what I did. Here's a sneaky trick number one. I listed a box spring and a mattress, which was in perfect condition, but would not be able to fit into the next place. So perfect condition, I listed it for free. Well, you wouldn't believe the reaction I got within 1 hour. The power of Craigslist. Just using that as an example. There are other platforms you could use, of course, but that was the one that worked for me. Just write yourself a really good ad. And there are a lot of videos out there that'll show you how to write a really powerful ad for these things. Okay. Within 1 hour, there are like 5 people lined up wanting to come and take the stuff. Okay. So I thought the fair thing to do was to accept the first person that called, which is what I did. And that person was serious about doing it. So, sent over, some pictures, and they're like, oh, really? Free? Yeah. I said, yeah, absolutely free. But one condition: you have to get here and you are responsible for picking that thing up and hauling it out of here. So that removed like a lot of headache on my end. I didn't have to pay someone to remove the item. Person came over, it benefited them. They got it for free. They didn't mind carrying it out. They didn't mind packing it up in the car. And that was great. So part 2 of this was the stuff that I sold. Okay. So of course, writing same powerful ads, which I did because the information's out there and you could do it. Within like maybe 2 hours, not the same day. I scheduled this on a different day. And okay, here's a specific example. I had a tool shed in the backyard, and the tool shed was so cute. It looked like just like a little house. Like you could literally hang out in this place. It was just so cute. It was in perfect condition. It was a good one. And the only thing is, I'm not going to be the one disassembling it and packing it and giving it, or sending somebody here and paying them to disassemble it and pack it and remove it. I just was not going to do that. So I wanted to get my value up to the end. So I posted an ad again on Craigslist, and I offered this tool shed. It was in excellent condition for a mere $100. Trust me, that person really did very well. So I put the ad up within an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours max. I got a few calls again, outweighed, and I took the call that seemed the most believable. Because, sometimes you get a call and they're like, well, let me see. When you get like that hesitation kind of call, that's usually, but not always, but usually the kind of call that it doesn't pan out. So I just had a gut level feeling with the person that called that sincerely wanted this. So I was like, okay, come over, but you have to take your tools and you have to disassemble this tool shed. And they were there and they saw it. They were like, oh, I do not mind disassembling this thing. And it gets better than that. I got $100 for it. So I charged, not only did I not have to pay, one of those pick up junk people. It wasn't junk, it was beautiful, or, go through all the trouble of anything. But the person not only disassembled that tool shed, but paid me the $100 that, I asked for. So I got paid. They took it away. They disassemble it. Job done. Okay. Similar events. I had a washer and a dryer, which I posted for a very reasonable price, and within the same day, they picked them up, gone. Same thing with the dishwasher. You have to price to sell. Okay. It's not like in regular times, like where you want to we have all the time in the world to keep listing and listing and, wait for the profit if like you're remaining there. But if you're under a time constraint and you yourself have to, get yourself, out of that place or whatever, then most definitely, guess what? The bird clock is back. Remember the other day I thought I shut it off? I found out that I left it on. I said, something? Maybe mom is telling me something. Leave that bird clock singing anyway. So guess what? I'm leaving it to sing. So if I record something, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to Saturday night's video about things that I really got good deals on at upstate garage sales and flea markets and all that kind of stuff. So I love to visit upstate when the weather is good. So that's a place to go. And yes, Patty, in answer to your question, there are certainly places all over New York City where there are garage sales, because it's, not only Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island have beautiful places with houses, and they have garage sales too. But in my case, I just happen to love to go upstate. But there are beautiful things all over. But getting back to this, there are ways and there are ways. Now, when you moving is an expensive situation. It is a stressful situation, even though it's a happy situation many times. Sometimes not necessarily happy. Some people have to move for whatever the reason. But if you could find a way to get the stuff out. So when I actually physically moved out, I had a minimum of stuff going in the new place, which makes your life easier, because that's the opportunity to really get rid of stuff. You don't want to enter your new place extra junk that you never address. That's the time. I say, even if you're just thinking of moving, if it's just a seedling of a thought in your head, that is the absolutely most perfect time to get the first thing you need: garbage bags and boxes, to get rid of things that you're just not going to deal with anymore. You're just not. So there. Anyway, that was my sneaky trick, and I'm passing it along to you. It saved me money, and it earned me money. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Anyway, thought I'd share it with you. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. Hey, listen, look below. You're going to see a red square. That's a YouTube logo. But guess what? It's not just a cute little thing. It's actually a subscribe button. So if you have a laptop, if you have a desktop, tap on there. And if you'd like to subscribe, that's all you have to do. Tap that red button. There you go. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Have an amazing day, and happy moving if you intend to move. Don't forget that trick. Have a great day.